Thanks for taking a moment to check out True Mythos and the holiday edition of an update. Um, I want to talk about Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, one of my favorite stories. I'm a huge lover of story, and it's one of my favorites. Most popularly shown in The Muppet Christmas Carol, which is a fantastic piece of work. I could talk about how amazing it is on so many levels. But I actually want to look at the story of Charles Dickens and two characters from it, and how those two characters can give us some principles to kind of live in an anti-Scrooge way in this holiday season. If you're like me, I could see the scenes of Cratchit loving his family and offering grace to Scrooge, of the warmth that's there, the cliche ending of a lot of Christmas movies, and I want that. And if I'm honest, my heart doesn't always feel like that, and my life and my world doesn't always look like that. Where everyone I know and love is around me and everyone is on board with feeling loving, and I'm not feeling very loving and charitable in different seasons of my life. So a couple characters I want to look at that I think can help us anti-Scrooge our holiday season. First would be Fezziwig. Fezziwig, he's Scrooge's old boss from when Scrooge was younger, and Scrooge isn't gone full Scrooge yet. Fezziwig is this jovial, pot-bellied, played immortally by Fozzie Bear in the Muppet version, representation of the spirit of goodness and generosity. Fezziwig is really good, and we're going to talk about boundaries here. Fezziwig is actually good about setting a boundary, about making space for generosity and goodness and play. Fezziwig is the one that says, okay, time to stop working, boys, and it's time to start celebrating. He tells them to stop working and get going, and Scrooge is a little, but Scrooge, even reflecting back on that, tells the ghost of Christmas past how he spent just a few coins and could create such a lavish party. There's actually something I feel like of Jesus in the character of Fezziwig. I see Jesus at the wedding party offering the good wine. Jesus knew when it was time to celebrate, time to party. So what I would invite for you is ways that we can make space for generosity in our holiday season would be stopping and going, first of all, what do you have? And this does not have to be financial. Do you have time? Do you have space physically? Do you have, what do we have to offer? Second would be, what do you need to put down in order to make space for some goodness and celebration and play? Do you need to put down work? Do you need to put down your phone? Big piece for me of just being present with what's going on with whatever you have planned for your holidays. Do you need to put down busyness? Do you need to, perhaps some ways, go deeper of, I'm going to put down my judgment and set aside the heaviness and let myself actually have a moment to breathe? So I'd ask you is, in your own heart, what could use a little more joy, a little more goodness, a little more smile in the circles of people you know? This does not mean having to go and spend a ton of extra money. And if you're in a place where you can do that, perhaps do that. But the heart of Fezziwig is not how much money did you spend, but the heart of Fezziwig is, here's what's actually most important. Not how much money this party costs, but the delight and the celebration. And I think that can scale to any budget and any family size and any family circumstances of how do we say celebration is important in our lives. And I think in some ways, as we follow the story, is this hidden warning of Scrooge begins down the road of Scrooge in some ways as his heart turns away and a little more cold from the silly and the frivolous and the play. And you actually see Scrooge's character reclaim some of that old part of his story of the goodness of just play. So one way to anti-Scrooge yourself this holiday season, look for ways in which you can make space for goodness and celebration, not just going through the rhythms because we're going to so-and-so's house and then we're doing this thing and that thing, but actually make space for what celebration looks like for you.